Make sure they send him out on a victorious note.
Sasha Washington tipped against Nia Leveretter. We are underway as Washington wins the tip. Get to the starting five for both schools in a moment. Kentucky, who's second in the SEC in steals, almost gets one there. Ball's on the floor. And just like that, Washington.
One of the leading steals producers in all the SEC. Turnover margin is going to be a key statistic to watch today.
We talked Benton. You take a look at the starting five for Kentucky. Jada Walker averaging over 13 points per game. She's been a little bit off recently, trying to get going again here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Kentucky play without Shear. Not playing today, injured. The point guard has been very steady for Kentucky this season.
Benton misses a shot there. Rebound to Sasha Washington. Washington coming off 26 points against Alabama. Nice pass by Harbison. Finds Marnell Gerard, the graduate student out of Lynn, Massachusetts. Senior to senior connection.
I love it. Harbison just makes things happen. Found her backcourt mate there for the two.
You saw the starting five for Vanderbilt. Shea Ralph allowing 4 seniors to start today on senior day. A very nice gesture by her.
Yeah, and I love what you said, Alex, right off the tip, that resiliency and toughness is such a key. Vanderbilt only has 8 players in uniform. Over half of the roster today is seniors, honoring those seniors today with the starting 9.
Harbison trying to drive to the rack, gets to the rack and finishes. That's what she does. She is so tough.
So tough. Using that high ball screen there, got to her right hand. She's a terrific finisher, only 5'6", but outstanding around the basket.
3 ball on the way is good from the corner that time by Jada Walker. Just talked about her, the sophomore out of Richmond, Virginia. She had 8 points, but did foul out against Georgia on Thursday. Harbison for 3. Not necessarily her game, just shooting it above last season. The last time they played in Nashville, of course, was that big win against South Carolina to win the SEC tournament. This year, of course, a different story. They lost a bunch of players, but she was as positive as ever and said the future is bright for Big Blue Nation.
Well, the youngest team in the SEC with 10 newcomers this year, but Coach Elsie learned from one of the best. Pat Summitt, obviously her mentor, her coach in college. Coach Elsie, maybe the best player to ever play in Kentucky high school basketball history, went on to have a great career at Tennessee and obviously doing a great job establishing tradition at Kentucky.
And she raved about the player who just got the offensive rebound and putback. Adebola Adeyeye, the graduate student out of Ontario, Canada. She's a transfer from Buffalo, and she had 11 points and 10 rebounds against Bama, season high on Thursday, against Georgia. As we take a look.
Is laid solid. Just done an outstanding job in 2 years. But you think about her mentor as well, Coach Gino at UConn, and the representation of the greats that are in this game is quite frankly remarkable.
Walker and Harbison, good battle to watch here today. Into the post. Blair Green, graduate student, playing in her final season. Offensive rebound yet again for who else but Adeyeye.
That's already 2 offensive putbacks, averaging just 4.3 points per game, already at her average on 2 offensive putback second chance points.
Kyra Elsie said, listen, we have got to rebound the basketball better. Well, good start for number 25 so far this afternoon. Sasha Washington coming off a career-high 26. Harbison. Oh, just so smooth. Too easy that time, about 6 feet out.
I love it. We've already seen her with the drive and the finish. And then we saw it in the graphics package off of the top, but got to that target area of about 10-foot mark, jumped up and made that jump shot.
Harbison averaging 19.3 points per game this year, the transfer from St. Louis. We talked about it in the open, but Shea Ralph said, man, I would love to have her back next year. Walker, 5 to shoot. May have to heave one up here. Instead, going to try and drive the lane from the elbow right hand. Good defense by Vanderbilt. The rebound for Washington. And that's what you have to do with someone like Jada Walker, who's a lefty, force her to her right.
They did a great job playing the scouting report right there, forcing her to her right, and Washington with the big rebound.
Nice feed that time by Hart.
Have a big presence for Vanderbilt in the interior. For Vanderbilt to be
in the sophomore out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, as we mentioned, goes 1 of 2 from the line. Career high 26 First Bama had 11 rebounds, 1 off her season high, and Shea Ralph talked about her and said, listen, she had a slow start to that game. We only scored 10 points in the first quarter, but then she erupted in the second and the rest of the game, and Shea Ralph raved about how high her ceiling is, and she's really starting to come into her own late in the season. 8 to shoot here for Benton. Good defense yet again for Vanderbilt. Another steal. How about that?
Great
Causing
defense.
havoc. Then Harbison in transition. Kaija Harbison finishes with the left.
Wow. That's what Vanderbilt does best. When they are at their very best, they're converting turnovers into offensive opportunities. Harbison with that nice left-handed finish.
How do you guard Kaija Harbison?
Oh my.
Can you?
We've already seen a right-handed finish, a left-handed finish, and a drive to the mid-range. So we've seen all levels of her scoring ability.
Adeyeye make it 6 and flexes the muscles and why not? She's got
I love it.
6 of the first 8.
She's feeling herself early in this game. 6 points already over her season average. I love it with the flex.
Harbison thought about it, instead passed on it. Mid-range game, no good. That time from Ryan Allen, the freshman out of Warminster, Pennsylvania. One of the fabulous freshmen for this Vanderbilt team. Another steal. Gerard this time, but then throws it right back to Kentucky. Some sloppy basketball there. Benton with the feed and the finish for Jenkins.
Jenkins said, look at what I found. After the turnover, Kentucky able to get the ball back quickly. Nice little easy layup.
Harbison, that time a little bit too strong. Maybe rushed the shot a little bit, but how about that? Shasa Washington working hard for the offense.
I'm ready to go. Get a sip of Gatorade and get back in this game.
So we talked Vanderbilt earlier coming out of that timeout, but good start here for Kentucky on the road.
Yeah, Kentucky's been outstanding, especially producing second chance points, hitting the offensive glass. Where they've gotten into trouble is just Vanderbilt's defense has disrupted them a little bit, but without the turnovers, Kentucky has been productive and been very efficient.
Emma King, senior out of Stanford, Kentucky, checked in. That was last time.
Good to see her back in the game, because anytime you see a player stays down on the court, you hold your breath.
Oh, the big block from Washington. 2 to shoot here, and it's thrown away. It's going 5th turnover.
I've seen it for the 2 years Shea Ralph has been here. Her and her staff, they just do such a great job. They force 17 turnovers per game with a +2 turnover margin. They just always do an outstanding job of being active on the defensive end.
And she talked about that. She said, listen, our defense is everything. It translates to offensive points as Washington misses everything that time. Couldn't get it to go. But Kentucky on the flip side of things too, very good defensively, second in the conference in steals. They force about 15 plus turnovers a game, but offensively they turn it over 17.4 times a game.
Yeah, they're +3 in the turnover margin category, but like you said, just ball security's been a little bit of an issue for them.
Double teamed here. Adeyeye, another block by Washington. Oh, the block party's out and make it back to back. Averages 1.4 blocks per game. That's 5th best in the SEC. Talking about defense. She's showing up and showing out. Again, Kentucky, Walker's got to go. 2 to shoot, trying to get to the rack. Jada Walker got denied. It might have been another block by Washington. Offensive stand.
Yeah, I don't think that ball hit the rim. Vanderbilt, outstanding defense, switched to a 2-3 zone look there. Presented a different challenge for Kentucky. Forced a shot clock violation.
Why do you think Shea Ralph went to the 2-3?
Yeah, just to show something different. I think it was late in the shot clock. The ball was being inbounded on the underneath the out of bounds. Great cut. Vanderbilt really utilizing those vertical cuts off of the post area that is extended to the free throw line. We've seen that a couple of times now. Harbison now with 8 points in this game.
And how about the pass from Sasha Washington? Now Harbison with the steal. And they're going to call a foul. I'm not a mathematician, but they're on pace for about 16 steals in this game here, Drew. That's pretty good numbers here on senior day. But, again, they trail. They got to find something here offensively.
Yeah, it's a half court. I mean, that's been the challenge. Vertically when they're playing, after turnovers, Vanderbilt really good. It's the half court end is where they struggle.
Somehow Washington saved that ball to Bella LaChance. Gerard driving and couldn't find Sasha Washington.
Gerard came up limping after that play, but that's the kind of play that you love to see. Gerard or Harbison driving to the basket. That's the right play. It's the right idea, just a poorly executed pass. Look at Vanderbilt's defense again.
Make it 5 steals.
Incredible.
For Vanderbilt, but in transition, offensive
turnovers. Kentucky with 8 turnovers. So Vanderbilt's got to reward themselves after they create that turnover, getting a point, getting points after the steal.
Shot clock is off here, so Kentucky can hold for the final possession of the first quarter if they want to.
Vanderbilt back in that zone look.
Instead, Adeyeye tried to muscle her way in. She gets fouled. About number 25 with me and said she gives us everything. Jim taking extra free throws, chances to get rebounds in practice, and sets herself up so well.
8 points already.
4 to shoot here. Gerard for 3. No good. Rebound for Kentucky, and that
so special to see family connect because of the great game of basketball.
Back here, start of the second quarter, 14 combined turnovers. How do you ease the nerves here, Drew?
Yeah, you run a great set out of that quarter break and get exactly what you want. Vanderbilt switched their defenses again now, but into man-to-man. Kentucky needs to get a great possession. Vanderbilt again, great defense.
Good defense, maybe a forced shot there by Walker that time. Now Vanderbilt trying to capitalize here. They started out well, went up 9-6 to start the game. Harbison has 6. Coming around the screen, and that's going to be...
The screen squared up in the middle of her body, brushed outside. Easy call for the official there, as you can see. She just slid into the defender. Got the illegal screen.
And that is the second on Sasha Washington. So that's something to note and look at, as Jenkins just kind of lost the handle there.
Either really great defense or it's not very good offense. But I want to give credit to the defenses. I think the defense on both teams have been outstanding today so far.
And it seems like a little bit of both, right? Maybe going too quickly at times, but also some hard-nosed defense on both sides. Vanderbilt trying to get a bucket here. They trail 15-11. Nice pass. Better find. LaChance for 3. No good. Fighting for the rebound. Ryan Allen poked it out to Washington. LaChance mid-range game. Also no good. Goes 0 for 2 on that possession.
We got a shoe that just flew out.
That's Ryan Allen playing without a shoe here.
And look at her calling for her shoe.
She's missing the right shoe here. Threw it to the sideline. She's trying to get it. How about that? Shoeless here in Memorial. There it is. As LaChance just slips with the basketball there, and at the park or in the backyard with your siblings.
So good. Love it. See if Robin Benton can get going here in this quarter.
Yeah, Benton, who has only taken 1 shot attempt in this game. See it right here with the ball. Nice slip to the corner, and that's going to be another turn. Offensively, they've got 18 combined turnovers, not even 12 minutes into the game.
Yeah, no, Russell's only taken 17 three-point shots, but right there you would like to see her just go ahead and take that shot. Was a little bit hesitant and created that.
About it. It starts now late in this season. So we take a look at this foul again on Walker. Just being overly aggressive defensively.
I like that set by Vanderbilt there.
Good.
I like seeing Harbison get that basketball there around the three-point line, getting that ball screen, playing a little two-man game with Washington.
Harbison, who has 6. There's Gerard, 2 seniors. Gerard, little floater in the lane, and 1. Count the...
Georgia this week with an ankle injury, and it looked like she was grimacing, very frustrated. She checked out. I'm not sure she's feeling 100%.
Going right back to the big lady, Washington. Oh my, too easy for number 35. She's got back-to-back buckets. This game's tied at 20.
I think Vanderbilt has found something they really like. Washington on that left block, that's 2 times in a row they ran sets to get her in that part of the court. Nice turn and finish over her counter shoulder. Left hand, little jump hook. Soft finish for Washington.
Into Jenkins. Jenkins traveled. Turnover here.
Yeah, Vanderbilt did a nice job. You see Washington set that down screen for Gerard and then turned and ducked in, posted it, got as deep as she could get. Gerard with the nice post entry. Washington with the left-handed finish.
Vanderbilt on a 6-0 run in the last 90 seconds. Harbison shot fake. Was trying to find a teammate, and Brown stolen away by Walker. 1v2. Walker jump stop, couldn't get it to go. Yet again in transition, Walker can't get the bucket.
Kentucky now showing a little bit of a zone look for the first time in today's game.
Both of these teams rely on their defense to translate into offensive points in transition. So far today, when they come up with a steal, they haven't been able to capitalize very often. Driving baseline that time is one of the seniors here on senior.
The first 3 or 4 minutes and see if they can stabilize the possessions on the offensive end.
Start of the second half between the Commodores and Wildcats. Again, appreciate you joining our terrific crew here this afternoon. Gerard, senior, on senior day, lays it in. What a start, and what a design there by Shea Ralph out of the half.
Yeah, I love getting Gerard a nice basket.
Game. We know she didn't play on Thursday against Georgia, but she is 0 for 3 from the floor, has yet to score from the field, did make 2 big free throws as that pass is thrown.
Cut, but Washington with quick hands in the deflection. I think you got to get Benton into her scoring area. There you go. Nice little out of bounds design to get her shot where she was comfortable, but get to the free throw line. She's a terrific free throw shooter. Get a layup. Get something going towards the basket to get her confidence going.
Washington with the left hand, got her own miss, and got hacked.
He does not find double figures this year.
Vanderbilt starts with it here in the fourth quarter. You got to think, maybe not yet, but they're going to want to bleed a lot of clock here in this fourth with a 17-point advantage. Gerard, Sasha Washington looking for a double-double. Ryan Allen. Harbison faked, then took it and got it. Oh my goodness. Looked off her defender and buried the triple, her first 3 of the day. She's got 17.
That was just maybe her second attempt this half. Took 1 shot in the quarter, and love how she looked that one, stared it down, and knocked it down.
Benton. Look at the moves here for number 1. Benton got to the rack, but again, couldn't get it to go. That gets a couple of free throws here. 2 and 11, and just with what's going on today with their 20-plus turnovers.
Your team not playing well. Nothing that you're calling seems to work.
Oh, and Harbison missed something there when she had her back turned to the official. Boy, so it's already been a frustrating season, frustrating afternoon for Kentucky, but it just keeps getting worse, and now an illegal screen there on Ryan Allen.
Much depth between the defender, Ryan Allen setting that screen, and got called for the illegal screen.
Well, we showcased earlier the last meeting in Nashville between these two as Walker long 2, couldn't get it to go, somehow didn't go down, so Allen gets the rebound. But that game, a lot different than this one this afternoon. Last time these two teams met, Kentucky wound up winning 69-65 in Lexington as Gerard got blocked, but the foul only been here for 1 season. But she said,
you know, if Jordan Cambridge would have been healthy, if they would have had a little more, it would have been maybe one of the better ones in all the SEC and all the country even.
But the pieces are there, right? And that's something that she talked about. The pieces are there. They signed 5 in November, one of those being Camille Pierre, 6'2" forward from Queen Creek, Arizona, ESPN top 100 recruit. And somehow, again, that shot doesn't go down for Kentucky. Harbison here in transition. Harbison spin move. Oh, my.
So good.
What more can we say?
Harbison with 22, Gerard with 21, 43 combined points from the Commodore backcourt.
I believe that.
2. Now we're almost looking at a 30-point spread.
Russell goes 1 of 2 from the line. This could also be a situation here if you're Kyra Elsie in Kentucky where players could get a chance here and really showcase the freshmen and what they can do when you're down by 26.
We talked about the Cambridge sisters. Kennedy Cambridge had started at Georgia the other night and not playing today. Look at that nice pass. Well, that would have secured her double-double on the day. Sasha Washington with 9 points. Obviously a career high in rebounds as well.
Adeyeye, you know, because they're down by 26, she's not going to give up. That's how tough she is, and she's now in double digits. That's her first bucket of the second half. She had 8 in the first. That's just too easy.
She loves that left-handed finish. That secures her double-double with 11 points. But, you know, back to the point, Alex, Vanderbilt was down actually 20-14 in the second quarter. And now look at the margin, 64-38. What has happened since?
Yeah, and it was that 22-2 run.
Crazy.
Right, to end the half. They went on a 12-0 run to start the third quarter, and they haven't looked back since. they're getting contributions from not just their seniors, but from everyone in this game. You take a look at a freshman like Jada Brown, who knocked down a big three. Ryan Allen knocked down a big triple. What a find. Demi Washington, the senior, and the senior-to-senior connection.
The interior passing has been outstanding on drives and nice little finds to their teammate, but Washington now, with that last rebound, up to 14 rebounds, 15 rebounds now on the day.
Floater by Walker. That
Tough
one
shot.
goes.
When they won the national championship, previous head coach Stephanie White was on that team. So another little Vanderbilt tie as well, but Carolyn Peck just outstanding for the game of basketball.
So 66-40 in favor of Vanderbilt. They have been cruising since the start of the second half. Kentucky still fighting hard here. 6 minutes to go. And that is going to be another. But talking more about this Commodores program. In Shea Ralph's first season, they went 16-19. It was the most wins since 2015. A whole different look, right? When you got a star like that who doesn't play in a season, it's not like there's a minor league system, right? Or a G League system where you can go and get someone, right? You play with what you got. As Allen thought about the three there. But this year, obviously, it's been tough. It's been challenging at times. They'll have a chance to maybe get the 10 seed if they can get past Auburn. But they're trying to build back this program. As Bella LaChance was looking for someone, got fouled with 12 on the shot. Spoke so highly of the junior out of Davie, Florida. Just does the little things right. But she called her the heart and soul of this program.
Yeah, Bella LaChance is an everyday person.
So LaChance goes 2 of 2. Also called her a lion. Thought it was a high compliment.
That. Yeah, I love that. Just an everyday person, though. Every day at practice, every single workout. Doesn't matter what we're doing. It's the same approach, and that has a contagious effect.
Gerard in transition here, but it talked about trying to build back this program as Washington finishes on this end of the floor. But this is a rich history of Vanderbilt women's basketball. From 1985 to 2014, they made the NCAA tournament in all but 2 seasons. Kentucky gets a bucket there. Final Four in 1993, Elite Eight in 92, 96, 2001, and 2002, as Washington finishes again on the other end. So we talked about the Memorial Magic from the men's side of things and what they have done this season, but Shea Ralph's trying to bring the Memorial Magic to the women's side of things in her second season program. There's a reason that Candace Story-Lee hired her and got her to come here, and she was happy at UConn, right? She was there for 15 plus. Spoke to her the other day and said, listen, I know the wins haven't been there this season, especially in SEC play, but we are building something special.
I believe she is. All 4 seniors are now on the court, I think, for their last time to kind of play together on this court. And Sasha Washington just checked out as we were kind of focused on Shea Ralph there, but 15 points and 15 rebounds today. Just been a workhorse today.
A monster.
Yes.
Been so tough to guard. She's also got 3 big blocks as Demi Washington gets tied up. Commodores have shot 47%. And by the way, they had about 10 turnovers coming into the second half. They only have 3 here in this second half. Driving inside and finishing was Amia Jenkins. Speaking of fabulous freshmen, the future being bright. Nice move there.
Amia Jenkins, 7 points and 8 rebounds in this game. Been very effective.
2,150 career points. For perspective, behind Wendy Schultens, and then, of course, Chantel Anderson, who has the most points all time. And I know she didn't wear a Commodore uniform the previous 4 seasons, but for perspective, that is tremendous. Anytime you score 2,000 plus points, it's like you're playing on rookie mode.
Incredible, incredible. 2,000 points in college basketball. It's just, that's a milestone that is unprecedented. And Harbison's just been outstanding. 24 points today again, but just every night just has been outstanding.
Shea Ralph said she is one of the most humble human beings you will ever meet in your entire life, as Gerard finishes there.
Up to 23 points now.
Now they're just competing against each other at this point. Walker almost finished there. Adeyeye and one.
And in this game, that really hurt.
Yeah, Nia Leveretter, who had those 3 fouls and then got hurt, and she has not come back on the floor. She's got ice on that knee, so we're hoping that she's okay. She's been working really hard this season. Vanderbilt's passing and their precision today has really impressed both of us. I mean, just the way they've moved the ball. Haven't had to dribble a whole lot. That's a coach's dream, as Chambers tried the reverse layup, and then Demi Washington is there for another second chance opportunity.
Vanderbilt's rebounded the basketball in the second half as well, creating second chance opportunities.
Harbison got denied. Nice rejection that time by the senior Emma King, who's maybe playing in some of her final games of her career. (76-51). Kentucky just trying to get some momentum going into next game. Something here late. That's what you've coached. You know it.
Absolutely. And as a coach, you're just trying to motivate your team. And obviously, you can't get to the result you want. You can say we can finish strong. We can measure possessions from this point forward or this quarter. Try to break down the game into segments. Try to end on an upward trend so you can take that momentum into the next game.
Gerard couldn't finish. Final 2 minutes, nice pass, and Green finishes on the other end. What a pass, fine. So taking a look at what's ahead for Vandy. They will take on number 5 LSU next week, and that will be at home, the final home game of the season, and then they take on Auburn. Why that's significant? Auburn lost today, Drew. Nice spin move there, but Gerard couldn't finish the lay-in. Auburn lost today. Vanderbilt has the chance to go back 1 game of the 10th seed. Obviously, it's going to be very tough and challenging against LSU as an and one here.
It's in that, but just creates a different mindset going into the week.
90 seconds left. Let's talk some bracketology. I mean, we've been talking about it and where these two teams sit. Obviously, South Carolina still on top of the SEC, had a big win, the women's side of things. LSU projected to be a 2 seed. Never know, they could sneak into a 1. Then Tennessee, Bama, Ole Miss, Georgia, and Arkansas, Mississippi State. They're fighting late in the year, trying to show the committee that they belong.
Yeah. I've been so impressed. Every time I see South Carolina play, I'm just more and more impressed with what Dawn Staley has done there. It's incredible, the program that they have built, the toughness they play with. Love watching South Carolina compete and play.
And these fans starting to get on their feet. They have loved watching the way the Commodores have competed here on Senior Day. Demi Washington, senior, 4-3. That could be a great way to close out Senior Day. She's got that little cast on her right hand. Didn't impede her at all.
What a beautiful stroke. Just a beautiful shot. Cap off her career here in this building.
Could be the final offensive possession of the game for Kentucky. Hasn't been their day. Shot on the way and is good. First points of the afternoon for the freshman Cassidy Rowe out of Virgie, Kentucky. Went to Shelby Valley High School. But Shea Ralph fired up here. So are these fans. Their second to last game in Nashville on Senior Day. They're going to win it by 22. It's a 79-57